So what we're gonna do is review, do a little review of replay. Um, Ran into someone the other day who was driving pretty dirty, or at least I thought so, and seemed to think that was totally legitimate. So hopefully this will kind of serve as what to do and not to do. So I have a few timestamps, I think, right here. Let's see. Where are my timestamps? There we go. Got some timestamps. So I think the first one is the first of I think there's like 4 incidents we'll go over. The first of the 4 is first of the 4 I think is pretty much just an accident. I mean, I'll just have it in there. Because it is a collision between us. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about who it is because I don't want to, the point of the video isn't to shame anyone. The point of the video is to kind of learn from. So I think the first incident is on this corner coming up where he just, so I'm already braking for the corner in around the reasonable spot where you're supposed to brake. And I think he just tries to dive in the inside, late brake. I mean, there is room over here, but he's just going too fast and just, he taps me. I don't think my car really reacted to it, but his car reacted to it because of the lag. I think I felt it a little bit, but didn't really do much. Everyone got away unscathed. No really problems there, at least as a result of it. But it was a late dive that it's his fault, whether he intentionally went for it or by mistake. That would be a fault of him and a mistake. So I think the second incident is 12. So there were prior incidents to this, like how much I have in the replay, but we'll just go over what's in here. Here is this one. So I made a mistake and I went wide in the corner. He took the inside. And so at first I'm trying to not turn into him. He's going wide. Tried to hit him. Ends up I hit the wall my own and kind of ended up going straight. But what kind of bothered me about this is that let's go back. Bothered me about this is his corner's been smooth. His corner has been fine. The way you see him go through the corner, it's pretty smooth. It's not like he's a bad driver. He knows what he's doing. And he exits smooth. No wheel spin really at all. I hit the wall. Bounce off a little bit. And now I'm going straight. And he cuts over to push me. I tap the wall and I bump him. As you can see, my car kind of bounce off both of them. His car moves. I already knew he was trying to squeeze me there, so I kind of slowly drifted right, but not too much of a big deal. But I consider, like, he exited the corner reasonably fine. I think if we go to, like, you go to his car. Nope, his car. So by the way, the name that appeared wasn't actually the name of the driver. Luckily, it said a different name, so disregard that. I'll actually cut it out in the video. But we'll go like slow motion. So the reason, like, the wheel, there's no really wheel spin. He just suddenly makes a quick left right there. Pinches me towards the wall. Little contact from the wall because I had nowhere to go. Small little contact, no big deal. Could have been accidental, but I didn't see any reason for him to swerve over other than to block me. And it's not like I was going to gain any position in this because I was already stuck behind the 8.6, which is slower in the straight. So it's not like I was I couldn't gain advantage regardless. But once again, not a definitive dirty move, but it is something that can certainly be looked at as sketchy. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so it's up here about this one. I think I tag the inside. Yeah, bump the inside and I slow down. He gets the inside. We're relatively even. I think if we look at the front here, he's not exactly clear of me. He is still, he hasn't completed the move and still has to leave me space. And I believe so. At this point, he chose the outside. I'm still on the inside, leaving room because we are, like I said, he hasn't completed the pass yet. I'm still there. And he seems to have picked his line, and he's going that way, while I'm going this way. And then I believe he just suddenly decides he's gonna, like, there's no, he's already, like, he was originally committed to this line, and then at the last minute, under braking, it is kind of, let's put it in real fast motion. Last minute swerves and brakes immediately in front of me. So once again, we're still, I think if we go to right here, he still did not complete the pass. We're still alongside. I still have rights to the inside. And he at the last minute swerves and brakes. I quickly brake to not hit him, but it's already too late. I can't kill him. I can't remove enough speed to not hit him because he just quickly swerved and braked right in front of me. Like, if he would have stayed here and taken his outside line, because I have to slow extra down for I have to slow obviously down more than he does for the corner because I'm on the inside line. He still will probably have the advantage coming out. I'm barely on his lined up with his back. He's going to have more. He can get on the gas quicker coming out of the corner, and probably will still take the lead. So he didn't really need to defend. He didn't really need to defend the position, but for whatever reason, he decided that he was going to quickly swerve into my line and brake right in front of me. 5-second penalty for me, it would be for him. If it was GT Sport, it'd blame me, but at the last minute, he just swerves in front of me, brakes, and leaves me no option to go anywhere. Even if I went more inside, he tries to even close more of the door, and there's no way we can do anything but hit. I think there's only one more incident as well. Let's go to here. I think it's on the same run as well. This is also a public lobby. It's not like it's not like we're going for this is like a team battle. It's like not super serious. You have fun battles in there. There's no need to go so far out of your way to try to defend a position or try to run someone off the road. Okay. So for I'm using Knight in this replay, so a lot of times I was just making some minor mistakes or missing braking points slightly. So I see him on the outside, so I try to give him room, even though I kind of could have slowly moved over and taken it because I'm more forward. Like, he's fairly clear. I would have probably given, if I knew it was that close, I still would have probably given him room like I did, just out of respect. Take the inside, brake a little bit more, just to stay the inside and stay to my lane, so he has room. So we go here. I stayed in third for whatever reason and got a slow exit. And I'm coming into the corner. Where are we? Coming into the corner, I'm still lined up with him. I'm still he didn't completely get in front of me. And he's starting to go outward. I'm staying on the outside. So at this point, obviously we were racing for a while. Um, he still had room to probably slow down and keep going the inside, not squeeze me too much. I saw him drifting outward, so I started slowing down. And then he just continues to push outward. And I think at this point I lifted off because I knew he was pushing me to the guardrail and just left off, but there was no way for me to go. He was closing the gap to the wall. There's obviously nowhere for my car to go, and I'm crashed into the guardrail. Back here, I think you can hear me. I lifted off already because I knew he was going to squeeze me and hit the wall, so I already let off knowing that that's what he was doing. So even though I avoided it because I knew he was going to be dirty. Thinking at this point when he's coming in my lane, I'm still alongside, so he still does not have the right to just barge into my lane. He needs to leave me at least a little bit of space. But he just continues to push over. And obviously there's no car width of room between there and the guardrail. And then he drives off thinking that is perfectly acceptable, even though that is pretty dirty. Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, this is why I'm doing this. For those who will see this on YouTube, this is live on Twitch. We're just going over some replays, and yeah, this is what not to do. So yeah, ideally, he has this position. I'm in a worse gear. He has it. He already starts out ahead of me in the corner. He can get on the brakes sooner. Does he hit the inside there? I don't think he hits the inside. So I think maybe just a mistake in counter steering. But he could have easily just continued his inside, left me room. Once again, he really didn't need to squeeze me. He was going to gain the position regardless, because if he was in this, there's just so much less distance going around the inside to get in front of me. And then once he was clear of my bumper, he could just slid outside and blocked me. So once again, there was no reason to defend. He was just too busy looking in his mirrors trying to block me for whatever reason, rather than taking an easy way to get ahead. And just continues to push outward. Already at this point, there's really, even way back here, there's really not a car within here for me to go. So at this point, we were already doomed because he was taking up so much of my line that that's why, I mean, I think I already let off at this point and accepted that I was going to hit the wall or have to sled on massively anyway. And I think I just clipped the guardrail. I think it's like an invisible wall here that sticks out further than the actual guardrail, and I just spin it. Any questions from you guys? Any like things you want to see again? I mean, I think every incident, or 3 of the 4 incidents, were all him defending what he didn't need to be. I think other than the first one where he just kind of just pushed me, that's really not defense. He just made a mistake, or I guess hopefully he made a mistake and didn't just purposely try to push me off the road. But other than that first one, every other one was just him over defending. Actually, not even over defending. At that point, it was called to be blocking, and blocking, you don't want to. You don't want to block. You want to defend. Blocking is when defending. Yeah, it's all about sportsmanship. Defending is legal, but when you cross the line to where you're like actively blocking, that's disrespectful. And like, discouraged in any actual form of racing. You would be penalized. Yeah, I can hop on and do a race after this. I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. We're all good. So yeah, that is. So that is how not to defend your position, really. Well, swap and go. Yep. If you guys want me to like look over replays in the future, you can just send them to me, and I will gladly review them. And then hopefully, if possible, we can kind of turn them into this, where it's like a learning experience, showing people what to do, what not to do, and how to improve. So yeah, don't be this guy. You don't want to be this guy. You don't want to be the one. You don't want to be the one blocking unnecessarily. Don't be the guy. Yeah, I mean that's what this is. What this is. We're gonna talk about like, and anyone in the comments, if you want to leave a comment, like if you have a replay you want me to watch and review, I can do that. We'll do it on stream, twitch.tv/mindsv, and we'll go over it and review it and go from there. See what people did right, see what they did wrong. I know he's not new. Uh, I guess I won't go too many details, but I I always like to give people chances, and I'll talk to them, and if they understand where they did things wrong, uh, and they look to improve, like if they understand what they did wrong and look to improve, I'm fine with that. You're not gonna get. You might have like a day kicked from the server where you can't get on the server just as like the preliminary punishment. But if you're understanding and you know what's wrong and know what's right, I don't ban people for that, because why would you? People, it's good people learn and evolve and move on. Um, if you are adamant that you are right and that way of driving is legitimate and that dirty racing is perfectly fine, you will find yourself banned. It's simple as that. I really haven't banned. I really haven't banned many people, because typically 99% of the time is there's issues on the server or issues with people. After talking to them, like a reasonable discussion, um, usually understand, and they're willing to improve and do what needs to be done to move on. Use it as a learning opportunity and go from there. In this case, that was not the case. They didn't think anything was wrong with any of these situations, and which is why this is probably the first person I had to ban, and which is inspiration for this video, because I figured we should have a good example of what not to do, basically. And if you look, compare it to like Formula One, how many times did we see that recently? We saw that with we saw people like run people wide and push them off track, and even if there's no contact, just pushing them off the line and out of the racing zone, they end up with penalties. Granted, we don't even have runoff areas, so it's a lot more strict here. You got to be a lot more respectful of people's positions, because there's really no runoff. It's just immediately a wall, and you're done. and especially with the collisions in Assetto Corsa, which are very buggy, and you touch someone, you barely tap them, and they go flying. All right, well, I guess that wraps it up for these. I'm gonna jump back in the server and do some runs. People on YouTube, be sure to follow the Twitch, twitch.tv/mindsv, and we'll do some replay reviews. If you have any replays to send, just DM them on Discord, or just ask on Discord, and we can go review them. We could review them on stream if they are good examples, and we can make some informative videos like this. Anything else you guys want to see, just leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.